In typical 2020 fashion, this is the second time I'm having to do this video because I filmed the whole thing and when I went to watch it, I was not in focus. Hi friends, normally at this time, all we see everywhere is lists and countdowns, I think. Are they countdowns or are they just lists of things that people really love throughout the year, whether it's music or TV shows or movies? And this video is not going to be that. I wanted to give you a realistic look back at what my 2020 looked like. More importantly, a reminder of things that we should be grateful for versus the things that happened, the bad things that happened this year, and what we should be doing going into 2021. So for me, January and February was pretty normal. March rolled around. March 13th specifically, I turned 31 on the same day that everything was basically shutting down and we went into lockdown. It was absolute craziness and chaos in a time where we thought this was going to last 2 weeks. The last time I had actually left my house was on March 11th, and it was oddly enough to a tattoo place where my brother and sister got a tattoo of the three of our initials as a birthday gift to me because I'm not able to get a tattoo, so they got one together. Anyway, that was the last time that I had left my house. Fast forward a couple days to March 13th and my immediate family comes over, my aunt and my two cousins, and Abigail's here, and you know, we have a very, very small mini celebration. We're sort of watching the news, talking about the coronavirus and what's happening. And right after that, that was going to be the last time that I saw my family or my friends for months, because we wanted to make sure that I had to be extra careful so I didn't see anyone for a really long time, which was really hard. But during that time, I did what everyone else did. I started cleaning everything. I bought a little tool to clean my baseboards all over the place and geeked out over how clean they were. I decided to clean and dust all my blinds in my house, which was a lot of work. I instantly regretted it, but it was really satisfying once it was done. Once all the cleaning was done, I decided, what am I going to do next? I'm going to paint a wall. Have I ever painted a wall in my life? No, but I'm going to do it. So I painted this wall behind me. You cannot see all the places I messed up because I've covered them. I decided I was going to build new furniture for my office, not wait for anyone, not have anyone help me. I was on this really big independence kick during quarantine, and ordered the furniture, and instead of waiting for help, decided to unbox every small piece to whatever it is I was building and bring them up the stairs one by one. I was so sore, I was so tired, but I did it all by myself and it made me very proud. And that sense of accomplishment was something that I really needed without really realizing that I really needed it. There's no way that I can talk about surviving the last year without mentioning paint by numbers. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that it's all I talk about on lives, on whatever it is, and it is something that has helped me tremendously. Mental health and taking care of yourself has been something that has been a really big topic for a lot of people throughout this year. And I thought I was fine. I'll just do whatever I can to distract myself. I really just need to be grateful that I'm able to stay home versus feeling like I'm trapped at home. And so changing my mindset, I thought, was going to be all I needed to do, but boy was I wrong. The lonely feeling, the feeling of I'm not accomplishing enough during the day, the feeling of what am I doing with my life, all of those things started creeping in, and I knew I had to get out of that mindset somehow. So I randomly saw a ad on Instagram for adult paint by numbers, immediately ordered one. A pink Picasso has been my jam. It's the only place that I order from, and I ordered my first canvas and I was very intimidated at first because the lines were very, very small and there was a lot of numbers, but I did it and I loved it because I was only focused on what I was doing. Whether I was sitting at my table for a long time, whether I was sitting there for 5 or 10 minutes, just painting a little bit. It was something that I needed, and I continued throughout quarantine. Now, I feel like this is like the highlight of my quarantine, my time at home, and this is what I've done. And I'm telling you all of these things because I don't want you to feel like you're alone in what I'm about to say. I feel like I've watched everything possible on every streaming service, maybe once or twice, all the way through. These are all of the shows that I watched, and I'm talking season 1 through season whatever they had, over and over. I'm telling you this so you know you're not alone if you did the exact same thing. There were days where all I did was switch between TikTok and Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or whatever it is I was watching. That's all I did, and I'm not ashamed to say it anymore. Before, I thought I'm accomplishing nothing, I'm doing nothing, but you know what? If that's all I did that day, that's all I did that day. Speaking of TikTok, I joined the world of TikTok. I was immediately thrown into the world of a challenge that was not so nice. I'm not going to go all into it. I ended up speaking up about it. It went viral. You guys know how it went. So that was a whole interesting part. Realizing one day that I decided to take on a whole app that millions and millions of people were using, that I called out publicly in the media on my own. But you know what? When you see something is wrong, you speak up and you do something about it, whether it makes a loud sound or it doesn't. So to wrap up, I really just wanted to let you know that this year has been crazy. I was right there with you. I did the exact same thing. But what's really, 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 really most important for me and this video of what I want to get across is 2 things. How thankful and how grateful I am for all of those people who are in healthcare, the people who are working every day, who have gone into their offices, and especially the healthcare workers who are people who go into people's homes, people who are going into to take care of special needs children, or to do speech therapy, or to do physical therapy in their homes, who normally do this on a regular basis, and when things changed, they still found a way to get to their patients. And for that, I am so thankful for you. I am thankful for the people who slept in tents because they didn't want to go in and risk getting their family sick. I am thankful for the custodial staff at hospitals and anywhere else who were still going in and day night and cleaning up after everyone and still putting themselves at risk, even without getting the attention that they probably deserve. I am thankful for the mail carriers who continue to work through protests and through things changing and, being scared and doing all of these things, who have gone out there day in, again, day out, who have worked their butts off, especially during the holidays, which is normally a crazy time. Now it's times a million with the way that things are now. I am thankful for you. What you do does not go unnoticed. I am thankful for not only teachers, but everyone in the education field who did whatever they could to help make graduations happen, who were a part of parades, who were going and dropping off books or helping students in their front yards, people who were doing whatever they could to go and help their students continue their education despite being in a global pandemic that has completely turned their world upside down, and they might not completely understand it, but there are educators who have been there with them throughout this entire process, despite how extremely hard it has been for them. To wrap this video up, I just want to remind you that we are thankful that this year is about to be behind us, but at the same time, we have to remember that going into 2021, the date might change, but our circumstances haven't. We are still in a pandemic. We still need to take the proper precautions to not go out and eat in restaurants as much, not be in places where people aren't wearing masks. we have to remember that this is still happening and we still have the possibility of things getting worse. So here I am wanting to remind you that being thankful for the good parts of 2020 is very important. We need to take that gratitude into 2021 and put that in place by respecting the guidelines that are set in your area, respecting the people around you, and that also comes in the form of continuing to wear a mask. The importance of masks can go without saying. So this is me pleading with you for people who are not only immune compromised, people who are extremely healthy. For their sake, I ask you to take in consideration not only your health, but their health as well. So please take the gratitude, take the lessons that we've learned throughout this year into 2021, but also be prepared that the date is changing, but the circumstances are not. So things will be a bit bumpy for a while, but here's to hoping that the rest of 2021 looks a little bit better. I love you guys. Thank you so much for always supporting me with whatever it is that I post, and I will see you very soon.